Hey, hi. I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe Video Journal Diary for it's January 30th, 2026. Yeah. You know what I was thinking? We just came back from the walk, right? I'm having my little bit of coffee right here. But you know what I was thinking? Yeah, we're kind of like stuck around here for until like February, the end of February. Because the end of February would kind of be around the time when we would be leaving Texas. Because that's when all the snow melts. You know, the weather is so crazy right now. It's all because of the pole shifts. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody ever wants to talk about the scientific stuff that happens with the earth, right? They only want to talk about, oh, how can we get money? How can we get. And it's like, none of that money is any good if the earth is not being well taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Because the storms and all that stuff are getting worse because of the pole shifts. I mean, what can you do? You know? Another thing, because I'm not just sitting here in silence. I put the TV, we came back, I put the TV on, I play a little ball with them. Chica's digging a hole out front. I'm trying to keep it, like, not so dug, but it's, like, sandy out there, so it's hard to... I don't know if I have to get some sand, or I don't know what I should do about that. I'll ask the gardener when he comes what I should do. Anyways, yeah, I'm just watching some shows right now. I was watching that, I mean, it's not funny. I mean, whatever. Who knows? Whatever, Kind of it is funny. That Melania movie, it just is not doing very well, it's like they want so much attention. He wants so much attention, that one guy. He knows he's doing very bad. I don't know. And you know what? I was thinking, what if he knows, like, his health is bad and he's going soon? He wants to go out with a bang. Dang. It's kind of like a person who, they know they're dying. They just want to take everyone down with them. And it's like, damn, that's not a good thing. And the whole world is seeing how terrible things are. I mean, everything was fine before, and all of a sudden now everything sucks. Like, the whole world is feeling it. Like, the whole world. Like, one man and his group of affecting the whole world like this. And this is thanks to, that party. That party that wants to be better than everyone else, but you're not. You're not. You're actually ruining your futures. Because, once this ends, no one's going to trust you, no one's going to like you, no one's going to hire you, and that's a problem nowadays, too. People don't think about long term. They think about, I mean, it's good to think about right now, yes. The now, the here, the now. It's good to think about that. And your feelings and how you're feeling and everything. But you can't ignore whatever's going on now, how it will affect the future. Like, not even thinking of the children. The children are the future, and you are putting them at stake. That is such a terrible thing. Like, I don't get it. I really... And it's like so many people fighting, and that's good. That's good. I don't do well in crowds. I can't go to, like, any baseball games, football games. I can't go to any of those places because I will have, like, a panic attack in itself, So I don't go to those kind of places. So all I can do is use my channels to repost and talk about things, because it's such a terrible thing, Listen, the red and the blue side, they both have the issues. This is why I choose to kind of be in the middle and kind of evaluate both sides, depending on my choice, which is normally Green Party. But when things are going on like this, you know that if you want this to end, you have to vote for possibly a party that you're not involved in, you know? Just to stop it. Just to stop it. You know what I mean? And then you go back to normal in the future. You know what I mean? But right now, it's best for any independent voter to go for the majority to end all whatever's happening here. Yeah. You know, I mean, gonna have to make that sacrifice this time around. Because you know what sucks about being an independent? So they have the right and then they have the left, right? But then they have independent. And when it's independent, they have 3 different types. They have the Green Party and then 2 other parties, right? If you add all those 3 together, that will be maybe equivalent to a red or a blue. But they split it up like that so it can't overpower the left or the right. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if the independents would just combine all 3 of whatever they're going for and made it just one party, one person like that, it would be difficult voting, I think. My personal opinion. That's why they split that up. You know? So it's like I'm trying to think, because I'm not like history person, but has there ever been an independent president that won? Let me look. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Oh. It just says 5 independents who ran for president in U.S. history. Oh, I was starting to read it. Look at what it says. Kind of what I was thinking. Oh, Ross Perot. I remember that guy. You know what? I didn't like him. To be quite honest with you. I can't remember who was president at that time, but I remember when he was running, I didn't vote for him. Because I just didn't like him. There was something about him. I don't remember at the time what it was, but I didn't like him. Let's see. I saw here, it said why it's so difficult for independents to win. It's because of what I just told you. I can't find it in here. Hold on. Ralph Nader. That name sounds familiar, but I don't recall. Ross Perot, I remember that guy. It's because it's hard for an independent to win because they have those 3 different categories. That's why. You know, I don't see where it says here. I saw it in the little thing there, but I didn't. Now I can't find it. Because it says, what does it say here? Oh, now I lost it. Isn't that something? Look, has there ever been an independent president? Yes, there has been one independent, George Washington, one of the greatest. Yes, how could I have not known that? I didn't know that. And that's what happens when you look things up, when you Google stuff, and you can learn stuff, because this is like an encyclopedia right here. You know what I mean? Which, unfortunately, people don't do it. It's like they want everybody to do the legwork for them, like over here. Like, oh, they want me to bring them proof and all. Girl, get your own proof. You know what I mean? I looked all my shit up online. It's right there at your fingertips. That's how dumb they are right here. You know, come to the city hall. Yeah, sure. Why? So I can meet up with a bunch of people with pitchforks and torches? No, thank you. It's right here. It's on the, my channel. All you got to do is look and fact check it. They're so dumb here that they won't even do that. Even the people who see the wrong, they won't do that. They're all fearful. They're all scared. I would if I didn't have that anxiety problem, because you know what? That it kind of leads to stroke, and I'm not trying to have me a stroke. No thanks. These fools. Ridiculous bunch of people. It's okay. Whatever they want to think, they can think that. I already see them all as ignorant, So I just come home, I do my thing, I take care of my things, I do my daily stuff, and I go about my business. Just because you move somewhere doesn't mean you have to be everybody's friend. I lived with my dad for years. Never did we chit-chat with the neighbors, and they were like this close. We just did our own thing. It's not necessary. You know what I mean? And then up the road, maybe a couple houses down, there would throw these big, massive parties, these playing the Mexican music, and everybody just let it go. Why? Because maybe one day we want to throw a party, and we don't want the police called. You know what I mean? That's how it was. Here, I don't think there's no unity right here. And I think everybody, behind everybody's back, they talk shit about each other because they're all drama kings and drama queens, because they don't have nothing, no other thing to do. They'd rather just talk shit than fix themselves. It's delusional. In denial of things. It's just so sad. And that woman asking me for a reading to tell me if she has cancer. Does the ignorance get any worse than that? Girl, go to the doctor. But unfortunately, I think that she's on some sort of Medicare or Medi-Cal or whatever. And the husband coming out telling me that people think he's an angel for taking care of her. Because she's in a wheelchair. She's got to be like 400 pounds in a wheelchair. How are you taking care of her if that's how she's living? I don't think I've ever seen him take her anywhere. He's probably just waiting for her to keel over so he can collect. Because maybe after a certain amount of years, they're considered married. But he never actually got married. Why not? Why not fulfill her dream for her? Why not marry her? If you love her so much, marry her. Or does that keep you pure? If you go out and you go philander somewhere else, it's okay because you're not on paper married? Is that your excuse for not marrying her right now? Or she's in bad health. I've seen a lot of people around here in really bad health. Who's looking after them? And it's so just nasty. What? From an outsider looking in, it looks sweet and innocent and nice and diverse and all kinds of things. But once you start living here and you start seeing other stuff, you're like, oh. I think everywhere you go, it's like, well, I don't know, because I never felt that way where my dad lived. And we lived in a crowded, and I never felt this kind of weirdness here. Strange. Everybody looks the same, too. I think they're all mostly, related. But I mean, that's cool, whatever. I just do my own thing, because it's not necessary for me to be friends with everybody, because I don't want that anyways, you know what I mean? I just wanted a little place to call home for me and my dogs, because, I felt guilty about the dogs, But, yeah. Anyways, I guess this was a chit-chatty morning. You know, like I have a drink of coffee and chit-chat with you guys for a minute. Whoever watches, you know. But dang, man. I know there's got to be a few people here that could stand up. You know. But the fear, I don't get it. Unless everyone's like me and can't go into public places and bring this up to someone, right? Or maybe someone's not smart enough to look it up online. Look, it's right there. It's like I showed examples. I even taught people online how, if you guys keep wanting to get stolen from, let it go. But if you want them to stop doing that shit and taking your money, because all the money that they have taken from everybody in this town, all these streets should look like Ashby Street. Have you guys been down Ashby Street? I'm talking to the people who are in my town who come to this channel. Have you seen Ashby Street, how they like resurfaced the whole street? It looks very nice. Yeah, this whole town should be that. From all the money that they took from you over the years from the water bill, this whole town should have all resurfaced, nice roads, no potholes, nothing. I think the other day, well, not the other day, a few months back, I was going towards the school and I just see them shoveling rocks into a hole. That shit don't help. You gotta resurface the streets, like on Ashby Street. Yeah, I went on a trip and I came back and when I was like, oh, very nice. But like I said, from all the money that they've taken from here, man, I'll tell you what, there should be resurfaced streets through the whole town. There should be, at the parks, they should be putting up jungle gyms for the kids. What else? The water. They already got all that money for the water. Where's the laundry, money laundering? Because none of these businesses right here are flourishing. You don't never see no business coming out of there. How are they staying open? Oh, because they got money. How? How are they getting money if none of their businesses are doing well? It's because they're stealing it from you guys. From the town of Woodsboro. They're stealing it from you. The only businesses in this county, or well, between here and Refugio, are the ones that are like the McDonald's, the Whataburger, HEB, the ones that are like corporation businesses, right? Or maybe the vape shop because people vape. Not even, I don't think, the mechanics shops because people will prefer to go out of town than to, you know, like people are not flourishing here. So the money is going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They have to put it into possibly getting property or businesses to hide the money that they've stolen from you. Something like that. It's so obvious too. But, well, to me it is. But to every normal person around here that hasn't really experienced stuff, who has not went to school or who, you know, who furthered their education. I'm not saying that they're dumb, but they just haven't seen this before. You know, I've seen this before. I've lived this before. So that's why it's so easy for me to recognize this stuff. You know, but what the hard thing to do is to show these people, because they're, oh, you're crazy, you don't know. Okay. If that's what you, at least I put it out there. I did my due diligence to tell these people, look, this is what's going on. If you want to call me crazy and you don't want to believe me, it's okay. Continue to be stolen from. For me, it's a little bit of change. It's okay, whatever. But for you guys with families that live here and you shop at some of these stores, and these stores, those stores are staying open because they're stealing from you. But if that's what you want to If you want to think, oh, she's a crazy lady, she's talking, okay, I didn't go to school for nothing. I didn't go to the university to just lollygag. I learned a couple things. I learned a thing or two. Maybe if you guys would further your educations, you also might learn a thing or two. It's probably why the kids that do go and further their educations don't come back, because they realize a thing or two. Yeah. I've talked to people and they know what's going on here. So why aren't you saying anything? Oh, they won't do any. Well, that's your problem. I've already said what I could say. You know what I'm saying? Now it's up to the town to come together and say, look, we realize that, hey, that person over there is correct. You guys are miscalculating our stuff. We want that fixed and we want our money back. That's it. But y'all are too chicken to even say that. I thought this was Texas tough. It's like Texas weak. Texas fearful. You know, damn. Anyways. Let's change the subject. Oh, and I see on TV right now they're showing pictures of that little 5-year-old that's getting deported. And you know my town, this town, it's a lot of brown people. I moved here for that reason. I moved. I don't know. Poor thing. They're showing her on the swing and stuff. Ruining people's lives. Doing it for decades, especially here in Texas. But y'all don't, it's like something is wrong. Like, what? How? From somebody visiting Texas, it looks wonderful. To me, I was thinking, Texas is great. I love Texas. Everybody's so friendly. I even was starting to like, ooh, the cowboy's so attractive. Not anymore. Anybody with a cowboy hat is disgusting to me now. I swear. Anyone. I don't trust. My whole view of Texas now is like, you know, I like to go to the places and visit. And I can talk to people, yeah. But I know the truth, especially from here. That's how I feel about this county. Kind of make me throw up a little bit in my mouth, you know? Disgusting people. Anyways. What can you do? You know, what can you do, though? You can't really, you know. And I didn't think that Texas had a lot of homeless and stuff, but yeah, it does. In the big cities, it has a lot of homeless. Yeah, I didn't know that. And people were talking shit about other states and in California and all that. Dude, it's bad here too. The walking zombies and everything. Like, damn. I don't know. All right, you guys. I've been talking too much, though. That's all I have. I probably won't do another one. You know, maybe a chit chat. I don't know. But it's kind of like dead today. It's going to get cold again. So, nothing big spectacular going on. So, yeah. I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe Video Journal Diary for January 30th, 2026. And I'll talk to you next time.